From a 3-story underwater tunnel to record-breaking bridges, Turkey is in the midst of a $200 billion infrastructure overhaul that's transforming the country and capturing global attention. Turkey, a country that spans both Europe and Asia, serves as a cultural and geographical bridge between the two continents. With a history that stretches back thousands of years, it's been the cradle of some of the world's most significant civilizations, including the Hittites and the Ottomans. Today, however, Turkey isn't just a historical crossroads. It's fast becoming an economic powerhouse. With a population of over 85 million and a rapidly expanding economy, the nation is pouring huge investments into infrastructure to fuel its growth. Istanbul, the iconic city where East meets West, is experiencing a transformation so vast that it's visible from space. But are these ambitious megaprojects the key to Turkey's future, or just risky ventures that could come at a high cost? Let's take a closer look. The last two projects are absolutely mind-blowing and take things to a whole new level. Stay with us until the end. These are worth seeing. Let's start with one of Turkey's most ambitious projects, the new Istanbul Airport. With a price tag of $12 billion, it's poised to become the world's largest airport once fully completed by 2028, with the capacity to handle up to 200 million passengers annually. To put that in perspective, Istanbul's new airport is set to have more than double the capacity of Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson, which is currently the world's busiest airport. We're talking about an airport that covers a staggering 29.5 square miles, roughly 77 square kilometers, making it larger than the entire island of Manhattan. The airport's first phase opened in 2018, and by 2022, it had already become the busiest airport in Europe, handling over 64 million passengers. But it's not just its size that's impressive. The facility is packed with advanced technology, including a 42-kilometer, 26-mile baggage system capable of processing 30,000 bags per hour. But as with any mega project, it's not without controversy. The airport's location, 35 kilometers, about 22 miles outside Istanbul, poses environmental risks to the city's northern forests. There are also concerns about the project's massive $12 billion price tag and its impact on Turkey's economy. Despite these concerns, there's no denying the airport's potential to transform Istanbul into a global aviation hub, rivaling Dubai and Singapore. Now, let's move on to a project that's causing quite a stir, Canal Istanbul. Turkey is planning to build a new 45-kilometer waterway to rival the Bosphorus Strait. Why have one strait when you can have two, right? The canal will run parallel to the Bosphorus, linking the Black Sea to the Sea of Marmara. It's meant to reduce traffic in the busy Bosphorus and give Turkey greater control over this crucial shipping route. The Bosphorus Strait is one of the world's busiest and most strategically important waterways. It's a natural strait that connects the Black Sea to the Sea of Marmara and, by extension, to the Mediterranean. This waterway, at its narrowest point, just 700 meters wide, has been a crucial maritime route for thousands of years. Around 43,000 vessels transit this Turkish straits each year. That's more than the Suez Canal and the Panama Canal combined. But here's where things get really interesting. This project isn't just about shipping. It's a geopolitical chess move. The Bosphorus is currently governed by the Montreux Convention of 1936, which limits military ship movement. Canal Istanbul could potentially bypass these restrictions, giving Turkey more control over maritime traffic. However, the project faces significant opposition because it could disrupt the delicate ecological balance between the Black Sea and the Sea of Marmara. There are also concerns about the project's massive $15 billion price tag and its potential to increase earthquake risks in Istanbul, because if there's one thing Istanbul needs, it's more earthquake risks. Despite these challenges, the Turkish government remains committed to the project, seeing it as a key to Turkey's future prosperity and global influence. But the question remains, is this canal a visionary solution to Istanbul's shipping woes or an environmental disaster waiting to happen? Next up is the Yavuz Sultan Selim Bridge. the world's widest suspension bridge and the longest one that supports both road and rail traffic. This engineering marvel spans the Bosphorus Strait, measuring 1,408 meters in length and towering 322 meters above the water. It has 8 lanes for vehicles and 2 rail lines, and at 58.4 meters wide, it ranks among the widest suspension bridges on the planet. The bridge has helped cut travel times between Istanbul's European and Asian sides, easing some of the city's notorious traffic congestion. But convenience comes at a cost. The bridge had a $2.5 billion price tag. It's also part of Turkey's larger vision to become a major player in global trade, serving as a vital link in the middle corridor that connects China to Europe and could transform trade routes. Now, let's dive into one of Turkey's most innovative projects, the Eurasia Tunnel. Also known as the Istanbul Strait Road Tube Crossing. This impressive 14.6-kilometer road tunnel connects the European and Asian sides of Istanbul, with 5.4 kilometers running beneath the Bosphorus Strait. At its deepest point, it reaches 106 meters below sea level. The tunnel has drastically reduced travel time between Kazlıçeşme on the European side and Göztepe on the Asian side, cutting it down from 100 minutes to just 15. That's a game changer for daily commuters and has helped alleviate traffic congestion on Istanbul's bridges. As an engineering marvel, the Eurasia Tunnel is designed to withstand earthquakes of up to magnitude 7.5 on the Richter scale, making it one of the safest structures in earthquake-prone Istanbul. In fact, its design can endure an earthquake with a magnitude of up to 9.0 on the Mercalli intensity scale. Constructing the tunnel was quite the challenge. They used a mix of techniques, including a massive tunnel boring machine, the new Austrian tunneling method, and cut and cover methods. The TBM was a beast, weighing 3,300 tons and measuring 120 meters long, with an excavation diameter of 13.7 meters. Inside the tunnel, you'll find some impressive tech. It features advanced ventilation systems and smart traffic management, plus uninterrupted mobile data service, even 106 meters below sea level. For safety, there are emergency areas every 200 meters and emergency lanes every 600 meters, complete with emergency telephones. Speaking of underwater crossings, let's talk about the Marmaray Tunnel, a project that's not just reshaping Istanbul's present, but also uncovering its past. This 13.5-kilometer undersea railway tunnel is the deepest immersed structure in the world, with its deepest point sitting 60 meters below sea level. The Marmaray project isn't just impressive from an engineering standpoint, it's also a treasure trove of archaeological finds. During construction, workers uncovered a 4th-century port and sunken ships dating back to the Byzantine era. Since its opening in 2013, the Marmaray has transformed public transportation in Istanbul. It carries over 500,000 passengers daily, significantly reducing road traffic and carbon emissions. It's also part of a larger vision to create an uninterrupted rail connection between London and Beijing, a modern-day Silk Road. In November 2019, the first Chinese freight train to Europe ran through the tunnel, reducing the China to Turkey transportation time from a month to just 12 days. But the project hasn't been without challenges. Its construction was delayed for years due to the archaeological discoveries, and there are still questions about how well it can hold up in an earthquake. Now, let's move on to another record-breaking structure, the Osman Gazi Bridge. Spanning the Gulf of Izmit at its narrowest point, this suspension bridge is the 4th longest in the world, with a main span of 1,550 meters. The total length of the bridge is an impressive 2,682 meters. Its towers reach a height of 252 meters, and the bridge deck is 25.93 meters long. To put that into perspective, the towers are about as tall as a 70-story skyscraper. The Osman Gazi Bridge is a crucial link in Turkey's transportation network. As part of the Gebze-Orhan Gazi-Izmir Highway project, it dramatically reduced travel times between Istanbul and Izmir, Turkey's 3rd largest city. The project is estimated to save Turkey about $650 million annually. The Osman Gazi Bridge is just one part of an even larger project, the Gebze-Izmir motorway. This 427-kilometer highway is reshaping transportation in western Turkey. It's like Turkey decided to build its own version of Route 66. Completed in 2019 after 6.5 years of construction, this $7 billion project includes 29 viaducts, 3 tunnels, and various operational facilities. Before this highway was built, the journey between these two cities took about 8 to 10 hours. Now, it's down to just 3.5 hours. The motorway has had a significant impact on Turkey's economy. It's also part of Turkey's larger vision to become a key player in global trade routes. Now, let's talk about a bridge that's not just breaking records, but also carrying deep symbolic meaning. The 1915 Çanakkale Bridge. Opened in 2022 at a cost of $2.7 billion, this suspension bridge is the longest of its kind in the world, with a main span of 2,023 meters. That's longer than 18 football fields laid end to end. But why 2,023 meters? Well, it's no coincidence. The span length was chosen to commemorate the year 2023, the centennial of the founding of the Turkish Republic. It's a bridge that quite literally connects Turkey's past to its future. The Çanakkale Bridge spans the Dardanelles Strait, connecting European and Asian Turkey. It's part of the planned 321-kilometer motorway, which aims to ease congestion on the Istanbul Strait crossings. But this bridge is about more than just reducing travel times. It's located near the historic battlefield of Gallipoli, making it a powerful symbol of peace and reconciliation. The bridge's towers, at 318 meters high, are also symbolic, representing the March 18th victory in the Çanakkale naval operations during World War I. It's a bridge that's as much about history as it is about engineering. The total length of the bridge, including the approach viaducts, is 4.5 kilometers. The deck of the bridge sits 72 meters above sea level, high enough to allow large ships to pass underneath. This bridge has dramatically reduced travel times across the Dardanelles. What used to be a 30-minute ferry ride, not including waiting times, has been cut down to a 6-minute drive. Now, let's head back again under the Bosphorus to check out a project that's still in the works. If completed, it would be the world's first 3-level subsea tunnel, the 3-story Grand Istanbul Tunnel. The tunnel is planned to be 6.5 kilometers long, with 2 levels for road traffic and 1 for a metro line. It's an ambitious attempt to further ease Istanbul's notorious traffic congestion and improve connectivity between the European and Asian sides of the city. Because if there's one thing Istanbul needs, it's more ways to cross the Bosphorus, right? What makes this project unique is its multi-use design. By combining road and rail in a single tunnel, it aims to provide a more comprehensive solution to Istanbul's transportation needs. The government estimates it could serve up to 6.5 million passengers daily. That's like moving the entire population of Singapore through a single tunnel every day. The tunnel will be a marvel of engineering, sitting 110 meters below sea level. That's about as deep as a 36-story building. The tunnel's diameter will be 18.8 meters, making it wide enough to accommodate multiple lanes of traffic and a rail line. The project will link the highways connecting Istanbul's 3 airports and integrate with 9 lines of the Istanbul Metro. Construction began in 2018 and was initially expected to be completed by 2023. However, due to some issues in land acquisition, the project is now expected to be completed by 2028. Of course, a project this ambitious doesn't come without challenges. There are concerns about the technical feasibility of such a complex structure, not to mention the usual environmental worries. Enough talking about bridges and tunnels. Let's shift gears and talk about a project that's set to transform Turkey's energy landscape, the Akkuyu nuclear power plant. This is Turkey's first nuclear power plant, and it's a big deal. When completed, it will have 4 reactors, each with a capacity of 1,200 megawatts, for a total capacity of 4,800 megawatts. That's enough to meet about 10% of Turkey's electricity needs. Located in Mersin province on the Mediterranean coast, the Akkuyu plant is a joint venture with Russia's State Atomic Energy Corporation, Rosatom. It's being built under a build-own-operate model, which means Rosatom will not only construct the plant, but also own and operate it. That's raised some eyebrows, given the geopolitical tensions between Russia and many Western countries. The project has been in the works for decades, with its conception dating back to 1968. But it wasn't until 2010 that an intergovernmental agreement between Russia and Turkey finally set things in motion. Construction of the first reactor began in April 2018, with the remaining 3 units expected to come online in yearly intervals. The first unit was initially expected to start operations in 2023, but it's now looking more like the end of 2024. The other 3 units are expected to be completed by 2026. The Turkish government sees Akkuyu as a key to energy independence and sustainability. It could help stabilize Turkey's energy prices and reduce its carbon footprint. But it's not all smooth sailing. There are, understandably, concerns about safety. Nuclear power is always a contentious issue, and Turkey's location in a seismically active region has added to these worries. In February 2023, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck near Gaziantep, about 430 kilometers from the plant site. While no damage was reported, it certainly raised some eyebrows. Despite these controversies, construction of the Akkuyu plant is moving forward. The project is estimated to cost $20 billion. In April 2023, the plant reached a significant milestone with the delivery of the first nuclear fuel to the site. It's a bold move that could reshape Turkey's energy future. But at what cost? Will it provide the energy independence Turkey seeks, or will it create new dependencies? And how will it impact Turkey's relationships with Russia and other global powers? And that's all for today's episode. As we've seen, Turkey is in the midst of an infrastructure revolution, and it's undeniable that these projects are transforming Turkey. The question is whether the benefits will outweigh the costs in the long run. Will Turkey's big bet on infrastructure pay off, or will they end up being costly mistakes? It's a valid concern. So, what do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. See you soon.